Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast number 48. My name is Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host, as always, our dedicated leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Brad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Atlas. This is ARK, and tonight is a very, very special night. It's Sunday, but we did not let the Lord's Day get in the way. We work every day. We do a podcast every single evening. We thank you for being here. And guys, we're extremely, extremely excited with the rollout of ARK for all of our investors. You guys have been very patient. This has been a very, very long process of finding the right folks, the right team that could really come here and help us really create a sustainable long-term ROI DApp that is not just for DeFi experts and investors, but really for the masses on a global scale as folks are looking for that passive income to see us through the hard times. I cannot be prouder of the work that's happened here in my home, what we call the ARK HQ. We had Air Fryer, we have Mr. Green that flew in a couple of days ago, leaving back to Switzerland tomorrow. And I can tell you the work ethic has been, just absolutely amazing. I do feel kind of bad. I have not, really been able to show these gentlemen around this beautiful island because we're here to work. We're here to make sure that everything is as good and really to the quality as it can be, according to the talent that we have here on this team. So guys, I thank all of you for your participation, for your patience. You guys have been wonderful as a community of investors. We had a record private sale. We had also a 2-minute sellout on our first public round, then 12 minutes in the next one. I mean, it's been an overwhelming interest that's come to ARK. And to us, it is something that we just feel extremely grateful about to have this fantastic community. So, with that, I just really, really want to thank everyone for giving us the time. I know the past 2 days were kind of difficult. We were finding small little issues. There was, a simple error that was causing the whole referral tree system with a manual error that was done, by a human, here in the admin team, which we understand. But once we realized that, we went ahead and we made sure to go over everything, check it twice, 3 times. And also through the process, been able to do some upgrades and tweaks that are going to make, gas cheaper. They're going to make everything really work in unison in a way that we're going to be very happy. We're going to be very proud of the work that has been done here. And I think for us, here on the front end that are out there speaking about ARK, going to AMAs, creating the mobile application to cross on over to the real world and all of the materials that we have to do to really simplify what DeFi and ARK is about. There's a long road ahead. So I'd like to say, well, okay, cigar moment, let's have a great time and relax. But unfortunately, the truth is that the hard work, the real push is only getting started. So that's my introduction. I want to bring Mr. Brett Norden, who has, really done an amazing job designing the system, re-engineering everything that's gone great and bad in the whole ROI DApp yield space. And folks have really taken notice of the time and the work, the effort, and really the genius behind how this whole system has been put together. Mr. Brett, come and join us.
Hey, thanks, Atlas. Yeah, what a day. It's amazing to see it all kind of come to life and birthing a new era for ARK here. Man, there's just so much going on behind the scenes. I know it's hard for people to understand, how much time and effort the dev team has really put into this. Alex is still going strong right now. Mr. Green, those guys are on EU time. I know you are as well, Atlas, and you've been there every step of the way. Jan over in Japan, probably getting kicked out of his house pretty soon. Our families have been, right there with us, supporting us along the way. And so it's been an amazing little journey here. But just the beginning, as you mentioned, now it's time to really get back to strategic work. I know I've tried to keep my mind in that game as much as I can, but it's been hard. just with all the tactical stuff going on and the community and the questions and all the answers that need to be given. But hey, that's part of the game, and it's part of a startup like this. We need to be on point for everyone, and juggling and wearing a bunch of hats, and it feels really good. Great to see things are working smoothly. For the most part, we've had a little things here and there with the UI and all that, and the community has really been great about pointing it out in a constructive way. I haven't seen a bunch of FUD today, which has been great. There's, with the delays and stuff like that, there was little things here and there, but it really never got in our way, I think. And emotionally, it's been pretty positive. So yeah, what a great day to start, and looking forward to all of our future builds. This one will definitely be, I would say, the most stressful and hardest, because we were just launching so many things at one time. The layering and complexity of it. I mean, hats off to Mr. Green, really pulled it off. That wasn't easy. Putting the referral system and all of the referral rewards and everything together, I don't think that we really understood how big of a task that would be in order to be able to prepare all of the teams and communities. And it was just a huge effort. I know I fully didn't understand. I knew it would be complicated, because you have the bond, the legacy, the pre-sale NFTs, all that stuff had to be in a sequence that just made sense and fit perfectly to work. And then what you had to do in the back end with Jan and his DB and Alex on the front end, and all of that was just, it had to be a coordinated effort. And of course, there was going to be some things to scramble at the last minute, oh, oops, this, that, whatever. But it went off without a hitch, and we hit at least the time today, which was great to see. And it probably felt like a big win over there at the ARK headquarters. So yeah, I feel like a new father in a way. We have a new baby, and it's going to grow, and it's going to be amazing. So yeah, it's going to take a village, right, to raise it. And I think we have an amazing team of advisors, core team of developers, admins, everyone that want to see it succeed. So yeah, I think it's great timing, even though there's some uncertainty in the rest of the market. People say bear market, but I just look at it and think it's an opportunity market. And if we do things right, you can have a bull market in DeFi at any time. And people get behind something and want to make it go big, they can. There's no question about it. There's still a ton of people out there that are looking for opportunities like this, and if you present it in the right way, we can have our own bull market, in a bear market, if you want to call it that. So yeah, feels good. I'm pretty, my brain's a little fried right now, but it's sort of that, that post adrenaline rush, right? Where you, if you've ran a marathon, you kind of still feel good. You feel euphoric afterwards. That's how I'm feeling right now.
It is intense, man. It is a roller coaster ride. Not my first rodeo here in the DeFi space, so I knew what I was getting myself into here. But yeah, I can only imagine for you, Brett, to be on this side is quite intense. I mean, this is 1,000% commitment. This is waking up and just having to be on top of every detail, and it just doesn't end. And also I want to thank our families for really giving us the ability to make the sacrifice, to put the time in, being married, and for those of you folks that have children, you understand that when you put a lot of work into something that you're passionate about, you believe in, you're going to have to make sacrifices when it comes to quality time and spending time with your family. And obviously balance is the ultimate, I think, goal for any person. But in this space, I find, and just in business, I've always had the philosophy that you have to go the extra mile. You have to work harder than everybody else if you want to succeed. And there are some fantastic examples of folks that have really been able to achieve amazing things, because it's not going to get done by itself. So here, from the leadership, the core team, the admins, everybody's done a fantastic job in the community. We couldn't wish for a better set of folks to be here, standing shoulder to shoulder with and going on this fantastic long, journey. So thank you very much. We have some updates. We noticed that through the first couple of hours of launch, it was expected to have a lot of technical questions. We are tying up a couple of things in the back end. We're waiting for one of our developers. He's actually traveling to Japan right now to get up, pretty soon, and to update the system on the, syndicate tree of, systems. The whole view of it. There's been some reports where some are seeing different information. So we believe the system just has to be reset and updated with the new data. We've had a lot of new investors come in today as well. So we're looking at a price right now of $5.58. We launched at $5.25. We've got $1.3 million in liquidity, and we've had some pretty decent volume. We're looking at about a profit of $150,000 on the liquidity controller. And if you guys haven't looked at the chart, I think it's quite beautiful the way that it's operating. You see that it is not pegged. It's not a flat line. It is going in that dynamic range that we've been telling you folks about. And we ask you to just be patient. Let it do what it's meant to do. This is not your grandmother's LMS, as they say. This is a very sophisticated piece of technology, which is also going to be getting more information, data, and algorithm that is just going to, really improve the whole experience, because we do want to maintain the variables in place. So I know there's a lot of folks that want to ask, okay, where's the limit? Where's the bottom? Where's it? It doesn't really work exactly that way. It has its own functions, but it's working perfectly. We couldn't be happier, and we're going to be doing those tweaks there as well. For folks that are coming and having technical, let's say, issues or questions, we've created a Telegram group here for those tech support tickets. I know Catalyst had something that we're looking at, also Betty. So as folks come in, just to help the admins, be able to answer questions that folks are coming in, we have to remember that this official ARK channel primarily is an educational channel where we're giving the information. We're going to be expecting a ton of new investors coming that are very new. Maybe someone talked to them, referred them. A lot of folks that are newbies completely to crypto and DeFi. So we want to make sure to be able to provide them with as much education, hold their hand, empathy. And for the technical issues, if you can go ahead and post that S23 here in the group if you haven't done it already. Let me check. Let's go ahead and refer anyone that's having those tech support issues, if there are any, over to there. We're going to have Mr. Green, Alex, the back end and front end team there available to help you guys through that process. And I think that's a very professional solution so that you can get the up to the date answers and anything that you might need on the technical side. We want to go ahead and take their help you out there, guys. So let's see what else there is. We have here. You also see that we've implemented a buy bot, and you're going to be seeing that start to move and grow. If it starts to get too annoying, because I've been there too, where it's just going off and just spamming hell out of the chat, then we'll just put up the threshold so bigger and bigger buys will be recognized, because it can become a bit annoying. It is a cool feature to have here at Bot. We're seeing the buys coming in, and we're also monitoring every transaction, making sure that everything's going very smooth. And so far, guys, everything is working absolutely flawless and perfect. So very, very happy that we took the time to get it right. You don't get a second chance when it comes to doing a launch of this magnitude with such a demand for our pre-sale, $1.2 million in sales in the worst bear market we've seen to date. I think that we've heard the community of investors really loud and clear. They want to be here at ARK, and they want a long-term investment with the guidelines, with the parameters that they understand is fair to everyone. Doesn't matter if you're here today on the launch day, or you come here in 6 months, or someone that arrives here 2 years, they're going to look at the chart, they're going to look at the white paper, they're going to understand easily how to invest here, and that it didn't really make a difference because you're coming to play the same game. That's the beauty of ARK, how safe it is. We're not sitting here, guys, and this is such a nice feeling I want to really convey to all of you. I'm not looking at the chart and wondering which of the pre-sale whitelist whales is gonna, drop the first hammer on all of our heads. That's not happening here. It can't happen here. No one has tokens in their wallet. It's absolutely phenomenal. This is game changing, guys. This is the way I think that investors are going to start demanding that projects roll out, because we've seen the same game over and over. The first guys, the guys that got it in, they're always dumping on everybody else, and that's not the game we play here, guys. So very happy about that. When we do get to sleep, right, Mr. Green, we're not going to have to be looking over, our shoulders and then the nightstand and checking out the chart on the phone. We're going to go to sleep and relax and come tomorrow and see how everything's planned and working out. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the chart. It's a thing of beauty, guys, what the liquidity controller is doing right before our eyes. And I can't wait till NATO comes and starts praising again, because he was definitely looking forward to seeing how it operates. So NATO, if you hear this, there it is. It's all for you, man. Enjoy it. It's a beautiful thing. Do we have any questions or comments? Please feel free to unmute your mic and come talk to us.
Yeah. Hey, Alice, this is Jason here. I just wanted to check real quick. I just saw the link for the tech support. I'm getting ready to jump in there and say, have you seen? And I had to go away after the launch, and just getting back on, but trying to see if there's still an issue with the or if anybody's having an issue with getting referral rewards into the upline.
What do you mean exactly when you referral rewards?
So I've got a couple of I've got 2 wallets, and then I've got a couple of guys under me. And one of my wallets, I made a purchase right at launch and didn't see him. I made sure all my, my syndicate page shows everything exactly how it's supposed to be. Well, on the swap page, it doesn't auto-populate my refer, so I have to copy and paste my refer address into there, which is the one, the wallet right above me. And so I made a second deposit just for 100 BUSD to test it out, because the first one was like 2,500, and it still didn't do it. So I was like, well, okay, let me just reset everything, make sure everything's good to get. And then I just tried it again a little while ago. I just did another $100 test just to see, and it's still not going. I'm just curious, Jason, if that, yeah.
Do you have bonds or NFT in that wallet?
Yeah, I've got both of them, Chris. Sorry, I was muted. Both silver NFT and bonds in all the wallets that I got. But yeah, I'm getting ready to tech support. I was just starting to send a message over there. I just wanted to see real quick if anybody was having that issue.
There was a similar issue with Catalyst. Betty was having one too, but she didn't actually have any ARK in that account. So if you don't have at least 10 ARK in that account, then you're not active in the system. So go ahead and write in there to the group. We are waiting for Jan to get up. As we said, he's over in Japan, and the whole connection of the system for the referral of the syndicate tree, that's his responsibility. So we're thinking that the system is having the data before launch and hasn't reset and synced. So we should be having that under control, I think, really shortly, because there's been, I think, 2 or 3 people that I've spoken to that have mentioned that. Others are not having any issues whatsoever. So please go ahead and write in that group so we have your case, and we'll be able to answer you right away as soon as we have answers and we talk to him. So it should be something that is going to resolve pretty quickly. So thank you for that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Atlas.
Yes, go right ahead.
Hey, I know that obviously our investment is implicit thanks, but I'm kind of old school. I just wanted to thank you and the team, Brett, Brad, S23. I know, look, I've been here not long, but you guys have put some crazy hours in, and so I just wanted to say thank you for the time, effort, and I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you, David. And yeah, I remember the first time we spoke a couple of weeks ago. We had a nice conversation here in the VC, and you have really stepped up and spent time here with us and gotten involved and learned so much through the process. There is a learning curve here, and we love to see that investors are really taking the time to analyze and do their due diligence before making an investment, because I think that's where folks really have that aha moment, right? The light bulb goes off and they understand what's different, and that builds a lot of confidence into their decision and being here. And we love working, we love creating and innovating and building, and are so excited of all the work ahead of us. So the guys are really on fire, delivering and just firing on all cylinders, man. It's a fantastic thing. Thank you for the feedback and your confidence in this team. Thank you.
Hey, Atlas, this is VJ. Can I ask a question?
Yes, go right ahead, VJ. Great to have you tonight.
Thank you, brother. Likewise, beautiful launch today, and was very happy to participate in it. I have a request, and I don't know if you've heard this before from other team leaders, but it would be awesome to see our downlines and how much they've actually deposited. That way it's so much easier to do the airdrops and the returning of the deposit tax and stuff like that. Right now, I kind of have to ask my downlines to send me individual DMs with their wallet and
VJ, if I may interrupt you, you are absolutely able to see all the deposits. You have to use the filter function that's there, and you will see. Yes, the syndicate viewer. This whole system is amazing. What has been built here? It loads in 0.007 seconds. Now, when you use a filter and you put deposits, it's taking about 15 seconds, depending on how large your whole syndicate is, right? But it'll show you all of the deposits, and we could make that automatic whenever anyone comes in to see their syndicate. However, waiting 15 seconds for a page to load is not, I think, a good user experience. So by using those filters, you're going to be able to get that information. You're just going to have to wait a bit more if you just want to glance and look. It loads extremely fast and shows you everything. Do you see it now? The options?
Where do I look for it, Atlas? Because I was looking at the table that says syndicate downlines with address and level and downline, but I don't see any deposit next to the address. So I was looking in that table. Should I be looking somewhere else?
It's just above it, BJ. There's a min deposit and a max deposit. If you enter a value in those fields, then it will show.
Okay, just above it. I see my user upline. Above the syndicate downlines, I see the user upline table. And above that, I see something that, it's a filter. So in other words, I have to put that wallet address there. Okay, got it. Let me try it for one of them. If I can actually.
Okay. Are you on the syndicate viewer page?
Yeah,
okay.
I am.
Okay. And then there should be 4 different fields. 2 have a drop down, and then on the right side, there's a min deposit, max deposit field.
Interesting.
Are you seeing those? And that's
Is
part of
it
the filter.
No,
So you
I'm
can
not.
set up a airdrop campaign.
Interesting. I'm somehow missing what you're talking about, Brett. Where do I look again? I'm sorry.
So when you're on the syndicate viewer tab,
yeah.
And then if you scroll down just a little bit, there should be on the left-hand side, there should be 2 drop-down boxes. I don't remember the titles exactly, but then on the right-hand side, there should be 2 it's a min deposit field and a max deposit field. You should be able to enter values into that based on how you want to filter your downlines.
Okay, this is strange. I'm not seeing anything like what you're talking about.
That's why I was wondering if you were on the syndicate viewer tab.
Yeah, I am on this. Well, I am on the syndicate tab on top. Okay.
Oh, okay. So then if you scroll down, there's 3 more tabs.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am on the syndicate viewer tab. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
he has to click the airdrop dashboard, the syndicate airdrop, the middle one, and then it'll open up. Because I couldn't find it either till I hit that.
Yep.
I just sent you a DM, BJ, with a screenshot of how it looks and what you should be able to look at.
Just tap syndicate airdrop.
Oh yeah, so it's the middle tab, Brett. It's called syndicate airdrop. Okay, there. I see. So there I would paste the wallet address for the user and be able to see their min and max deposits. Is that how it works? Or
well, what you do is you run we'll call it a campaign or a filter, and it will sort for you based on the min deposit or max deposit that you enter into those 2 fields there. Do you see the min deposit, max deposit fields?
Yeah, I do see that now. So let me put in a min of 0 and a max of, say, I don't know, 300.
See what happens when you first go to the dashboard. Only the syndicate viewer shows until you touch the airdrop button. So when you first get there, you don't know you're supposed to touch that.
Okay, I get it now. So I ran a report, and now I can see on the campaign viewer part of the table, I can see the 5. Yeah, I can see my downlines now. Okay, that's cool. Thanks for pointing that out, Atlas. Yeah, that's cool. I see it now.
That's great. Thanks, guys, for that. I'm not in front of my computer.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brett. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. And this morning's deposits will take some time to show up, I guess. Is that correct?
You mean the referral rewards that you were given?
No, like if I know a couple of my downlines actually bought ARK at launch and then deposited it. Will that take some time to show up in this filter, or are those?
It should show in their current deposit level.
Oh, I see. Got it. So let me go back to syndicate viewer and interesting. I don't think it's showing for me because I know someone put in a large amount and I don't see that right now in the campaign viewer. Hold on, let me do something different. Let me raise the max deposits. Maybe that was the issue.
Are you trying to see you're trying to find a team member.
Yeah, I wanted to find a team member that I knew had put in a large amount. I see it now. I just had to raise the max deposit field number, and I see it now. Okay, cool.
Okay, great.
Yeah, great. Fabulous, guys.
Let's get this crypto. Oh God damn! Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Sounds good, Atlas.
Sure. Glad to have you on board, brother. We're all going to have to, learn our way around the D app. And look, these are all fantastic questions, and we encourage everyone to not feel shy. If you want to come and ask, we have the podcast every night, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. for those in Europe, UTC. And our admins have the VC open pretty much all day and night. You can also write here in the chat if you don't want to come on the VC and speak. So it's important to us. What I'm trying to say is that everybody feels confident and comfortable enough to ask any question that they might have. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And understand, guys, too, that we are the foundation of ARK. And as folks come here, it is important that we're very professional, respectful, and really take our time to help those folks that come here that absolutely don't know anything, that haven't read the white paper, and that we treat them with respect, because they're also folks that are looking for the same opportunity that we're here for, the same growth. And if we have some empathy and we treat them, you know, with really great attitude and professionalism, they're going to be happy to be here. We want this to be a fun process. Nobody here is better than anybody else. Nobody should have a negative type of attitude. We want to encourage really a very peaceful, educational, and friendly environment for everyone. One of the tools that I really believe is important for us is to, of course, you know, refer to the white paper, but we have the commands here for folks that are having simple questions that the admins are using. I encourage every one of you also to get involved, learn those commands. So if somebody pops in and, you know, maybe one of the admins is busy with somebody else, go ahead and do that or answer a question. And one thing that I think is really key is to show SK Crypto K's video where he breaks it down. That tool really is something that I personally experienced in our phase 1 here. He did a video for that. And when people would come into the chat, just not knowing anything, instead of saying, hey, go read the white paper, like, get out of here, right? It's like, hey, have you checked out this video where SK breaks everything down? And, you know, those folks would go watch it, come back, you know, 20, 30 minutes later, because they're kind of extensive and detailed. And, you know, most of them really understood pretty well the whole investment. So that's a great tool. It's, you know, it's entertaining, it's fun. And the way that he presents it, I think could do a lot of good for those folks that have never invested into these type of systems. I mean, we could say that most of you guys are experts and can really help. So I just want to, you know, put that out there to also encourage you guys to help out and share that information as well. Actually, let me see if I can go ahead and post it here. If you guys want to save that link. A second.
You just have to type how, and the video of SK will pop up.
Oh, let me try. Let's go. Great work, man. S23 is always 10 steps ahead. Okay, it's not showing the image. Do we know why?
No, that's because it's entered in the command, but yeah, we can fix that to look even more.
Yeah, if you could take a screenshot of the cover of the video, because it's actually pretty beautiful and I think professional as everything he does. That would help folks. And a great introduction, deep dive into ARK that we've been waiting for quite some time, especially that it was done before launch, because as we go out there and we start really getting this machine going, we want to make sure that we have some tools out there. We're also going to be doing some videos of, you know, how to download MetaMask, some security, you know, what is DeFi, and having materials there for folks that are really our target market. I think, you know, here in the DeFi space, especially in the ROI DApp space, a lot of folks have already heard about ARK. If they've heard about it, most of them are already here invested. I know there's some folks that are probably sitting on the sidelines waiting to see that everything work well with the contracts, and that you know, the folks that are already invested here are very happy with the way they're being treated, the way the investment's growing. But we really got to go out there and do our work. So a lot of material is going to start coming up. You're going to start to see that in the next coming weeks, as well as the work for the mobile application of ARK that's going to be a game changer for us. So a lot of focus on that, guys. Any other questions or comments?
I would like to add that we have two new commands. One is the chart, which is giving out the chart PooCoin, and the second command available is /support. So anybody that needs support or anything, he can call the command and have the link to our tech support channel available.
Yes, sir. Fantastic. Very well. I hear somebody speaking, but it's very, very faint, very low. Is there a way that you could? Is it VJ? VJ, you sound like you're in the other room, man. I know you're talking, but I can't really understand what you're saying. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me now, Atlas?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Okay, awesome. Quick question on the vault. So the CWR, was obviously was set at 1 as the default this morning at launch, and so if I changed it now, let's say to something I prefer, and the rewards timer says there's 1633 left on it right now. What happens if I change it now? Will it only reset once the rewards timer goes down to 0?
No. So the CWR at 1.0, you can't reset your CWR. The CWR is calculated based on your behaviors. So I would suggest go ahead and do a test compound withdrawal, however you want to do it. But what I would suggest is, let's say that you want to, is there a schedule that you have in mind, BJ?
So let's say I have the silver NFT, so let's say I want to do a 5-2.
Okay. And that's is that the 71% compound, 29% withdraw?
1 second, I'll tell you. I have that table saved. I did save that table.
So now you could easily do, because not much time has elapsed since the start of the launch. So
right.
you could do 100% compound, no problem, without an issue. And you could probably do 100% compound for quite a while. So if you want to go ahead and move your slider to 100% and then hit allocate, that will do a 100% compound, and you'll see your principal balance receive those available rewards after taxes.
Okay, got it. But I cannot set it to 7129 right now and just have it be that way.
Could.
I can.
You could. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you could do it that way if that's. So then after 14 days, you should end up around the 2.5.
Oh, I see. So that ratio is actually calculated based on your behavior. It isn't based on how you allocate the compound withdrawal.
They're one and the same. Yeah. So your behavior is the allocation that you're taking.
Okay, got it. So as long as my level allows for that compound withdrawal allocation, everything's cool. And what happens if I do 7129, and if I go to what do I? So then tomorrow, if I want to say, what would I do? Press a compound button or something, or
allocate. So our system's a little different. Yeah. So our action button is called allocate. So we're just allocating different percentages to different buckets.
Got it. And if I do a 7129, will it then just actually claim out a certain percentage for me of that 29% will actually claim out and be in the wallet, or what? How does that work?
Yep. So that 29% will withdraw straight to your wallet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That helps. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'd like to make a small correction because the word support coincides with some of the bots that we use. I've changed that to tech. So simply writing a /tech will give you the link to our group for the technical support.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
All right. So how this works is like if, for example, if I hit compound every day and the max CWR is reached, does the compound button get grayed out, and I have to click claim until it's ungraded? Is that kind of like how it works?
No, what it'll do is it'll actually, if you try to compound too much, it'll actually allocate some of that compound to withdraw. So what it will always, basically it'll always equal to 100% of the allocation so that the rewards timer restarts. So if you try to compound too much, it will convert that compound into a withdrawal.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, and if you hit that upper compound limit, nothing happens. Like you don't get penalized or anything. It just won't allow it anymore.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, sorry, Brett. Just a quick follow-up. I changed the compound withdraw to 7129, and my allocate button says in parentheses, estimated CWR 1.02. What does that mean?
That means that with the allocation that you selected, the 7129, that it will only move your CWR up to 1.02. That's because not much time has elapsed. So it's only been, I'd say maybe, what has it been, 10 hours now? Or
8 hours, actually.
8
Yeah,
hours.
correct.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're only 1/3 of a day, and there's 14 days in the rolling average. So you're barely moving the needle.
Oh, got it. So really the CWR of 2.5 would only be hit at the end of day 14 if I kept up this percentage, essentially?
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Folks, any other questions or comments?
I have a question. May I ask?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
All right. So in the Vault dashboard, I see pending deposits, and that is from referral rewards. And I'm wondering whether this one actually goes into my deposit.
Yes, so what you'll need to do is you'll need to allocate 100% of your available rewards. So since we've only had about 8 hours, you could do a 100% compound and then hit allocate. So if you move your slider where you see compound to the right all the way to 100% and then hit allocate, it will go ahead and not only take all of your available rewards and put them into your principal balance, but it will also take all of your pending deposits and allocate them as well to your principal balance.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Yeah, let us know if it works for you.
How was that flight, Eternal?
Hey, I just walked into my place in Florida, so it went pretty good. It was delayed, which let me, I was able to check in and see that everything launched right and get a quick view on my phone. But yeah, the flight went well. I'm actually in here tinkering with the with the screens now and checking my wallets out and stuff. So pretty excited. I'm so happy that this is going forward as anticipated. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man, for taking an interest here and getting involved. It's really an honor to see some of you guys here that really have a fantastic reputation as investors, great teams, and great leaders. So you're one of them, and we're just really grateful that you're here with us and pitching in and growing. We got a long road ahead. So happy to be here with you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have this opportunity. I mean, this is so exciting. It's a great way to end the year and a perfect way to begin the year. This is all the stuff you guys got coming out in that app and stuff. I'm looking forward to it. And I've got some team members that are, building teams that are going to be interested in all the stuff you're rolling out like that. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of work ahead, and we're really excited. We understand that today is really where the big push comes. It's been, I think, a pace that we've been able to deal with as far as like the community and doing AMAs and education, but a lot of the real work has happened on the back end with the contracts, with the whole UI, and getting it right to where it is right now. And this is our V1 of everything. There's a lot of tweaks, improvements. I don't know if you've looked at the chart yet, Eternal, but the liquidity controller is rolling, doing its job perfectly. And I love the way the chart's looking right now. Nice volume, nice and easy, and it's not running away from us. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely have been checking that out, and the ILC looked like it was getting a nice healthy shave when we spoke last, and yeah, definitely I like the chart. It's it was like 4 hours ago when I took off in New York City, and it went up like 1.5 cents, and then since then, and people are still buying.
It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And if you look at the chart, you see those sales that those aren't investors selling. That's the liquidity controller doing its job and maintain that price range. And I believe last we checked, we had around $150,000 in profit from it doing its function. And it's important that we don't want anyone, come back in here at ARK Monday, Tuesday. Oh man, I missed out. The price went through the roof, and now people are going to start claiming and all this stuff. This is completely different than what you've seen before. We are all invested into the ARK Vault, and no more looking over your shoulders, no more worried who's going to throw the first dagger. That's not happening here. We have a very good system where we're all playing on the same field. So a beautiful thing to see. Very, very happy with the way everything is going today. There are a couple of tweaks and things that we're doing here in the back end, and the team will continue their efforts. And there's a lot of material, marketing and videos and things that we're going to be really implementing to start our journey to cross on over with this amazing product. All right, guys. Any other questions or comments? I'm not going to be staying too long this evening, as we have still a lot of DMs and some things that we're working here. I have Mr. Green heading back to Switzerland tomorrow morning, so I'm going to get as much out of him tonight before we put him on a plane. So yeah, any last questions for me? We will stay here with the admins if you guys have more questions, but I'm going to be heading out in the next couple of minutes.
Just want to say thanks once again, Atlas and Brett, for your commitment, to the investors and fielding calls every evening, answering questions and getting us through to this point. So thanks for everything. Appreciate it.
And we appreciate your feedback, BJ, and wish you a wonderful night. I believe, Z, you have some material you wanted to come and talk tonight here. Welcome back from you've had a long journey yourself. You've been very, very missed by the community. Always great conversation and education, really letting us know what's happening in DeFi. I know for me personally, there's nothing but ARK from the moment I wake up to the moment I really, go to rest. So having you come and fill us in on what's happening and answering so many questions from investors, especially as we get those folks that really don't know a lot about DeFi. I mean, most of the guys here, we could say are experienced, seasoned DeFi experts and investors. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and be starting soon, I see we got the Captain Crypto. Good to see you again here. I don't know if you have any questions.
No, I was out all day. We went to New York City to see the tree, and then I just came back and I was like, "Oh my God, ARK!" Like I forgot because I was there for the launch, and then I know you guys needed to work. And I was like, "Oh my God, it probably launched while I was out. Like I need to see what's going on." So congrats to everyone and myself, and I'm so excited. And the charts are already going up, and this is amazing.
Great to have you here. Sounds like a great experience to go see the tree. You said in New York City? That's where you went?
Well, yeah. I live like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, so it's an easy drive.
Nice, man. Yeah. I haven't lived in New York for quite a long time, but I had almost a decade, 8 years that I lived in the city. Great place. I don't know if I'd go back though. It's one of those things that I think it's good to do once in your lifetime. Kind of like living in California as well. It's good to do in a lifetime, but yeah, I don't miss
I can imagine.
hustle.
Oh yeah, hustle, bustle, and oh my God, everything's so expensive. Like I know inflation, but like this is like a burger was like $14, $15, $16, like ridiculous numbers, like more than what it is. As it is, it's inflated. Like New York City's just like forget it.
Yeah. It's always had its ups and upsides and downsides, but yeah, the expense, the rents through the roof. I mean, it's just part of the whole experience of living in New York. I mean, we could talk about it for hours. I did appreciate my time there. Did a lot of great work and made a lot of good friends as well. So it was a fantastic place, but I don't even know if I'd go visit New York City. Like after 8 years, I'm like.
No, I want to live there.
9.5 hours in New York, but because the American Airlines, they like to keep you, like, oh no, not yet, but soon your flight will go. Soon your flight will go. And in the end, I spent 9.5 hours at JFK. Amazing trip to New York.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that airport's falling apart, man.
Well, I've just seen the security checkpoint for like I don't know. 17 times while I went out for a smoke and went back in. But
have you been to the airport lately? To Captain Crypto?
Yeah. I dropped off friends. I went. It just depends on the terminal. They redid all the international terminals really nice. Terminal 4 is the big one that goes to all like the Middle Eastern countries, African countries. I'm Iranian, so like I always have family members that are going there, and so I dropped them off, and it's like gorgeous and very streamlined. But then the domestic side's kind of lacking. So, if I try like LaGuardia, the domestic airport's a lot better. Like LaGuardia has a brand new JetBlue terminal that's really nice. Yes. Hang on.
All right, man. Great to hear you. Thanks for the feedback and enthusiasm, man. So happy to have you here, and every one of you. Thank you for the patience over the weekend. We really wanted to launch on Friday. However, we want to make sure that everything was perfect, and look, it's one of those things that we understand that folks want security, and they want to make sure that when the team goes ahead and pulls the trigger, that it's all going to happen as it should. So thank you for really having the patience with us through the weekend. And for those folks that were busy today and weren't able to come in at the time of launch, you could see the prices, going very steady. Everything's happening as it should. And really, guys, there's no one getting left behind. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to come here and invest with you. So I'll be signing off, getting back to work here, but you're more than welcome to hang out. Z, I'll turn it over to you, sir. Great to have you back, brother. Z, are you there? There. Maybe he fell asleep on us because he's probably jet lagged. The time difference is pretty intense. Let's see here. Brad, are you there?
I am indeed, sir.
All right. I'll leave it in your well-capable hands to continue throughout the evening with the podcast and close it off. If you guys need me, I'll be in DMs here working for a couple hours. Maybe I'll pop back in a little bit later. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and let's do it one more time.
Let's get this crypto. Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Let's go. So do we have any questions? Any comments while we wait for Z? See if he wakes up.
I'll hang out here for a bit, Brad. Just going to get some food, but I can answer any questions. Might have a little background noise, but if anybody.
Oh, even better if Brett's here because he's the master. I can't believe that everybody in here fully understands and has no queries. So you can write them in the chat or feel free to step up and ask a question. Don't be embarrassed. No stupid questions. Trust me, if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it as well. So. Well, Chris, the last time we spoke, you said when there's a silent period, you're going to step into the ring of fire, mate. So, how are you today? How are you feeling about the launch?
Not too bad. Everything went fairly smoothly on my end. We're all happy with the way everything went, and glad to see it all finally up and running.
Oh yeah, it's it's been a wait, but it was worth the wait for sure. Everyone will agree that good things come to those who wait, and better to have it finished and working how it's meant to than rush it out there. So for sure.
Oh, definitely very happy with the results. I know on my end, looking at what I've already gotten in rewards from what I've got deposited is nice to see.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the 24-hour period, and then a week down the line, see how it is then, and all the coming weeks and months. Very, very exciting. And tomorrow will be the first Spark reward draw. I'm very much looking forward to that. That's going to be some good fun, especially on day one. All those fees, compound fees going into. Oh, actually, Brett, the Spark reward pool might not be as big now as it will be in a few days, right?
Correct. Yeah. In the beginning, depending on how much people compound, that's really where the rewards are going to come from. So, depending on the compound levels and the volume going through there, and what's getting captured by people's uplines versus how much is going to Guardian, that's going to make the difference. So, if a lot of people are a couple levels away from the Guardian, it'll start to, obviously pile up more in a few days.
Yeah, so in essence, excuse me, 15 days from now could be possibly be the big payout, right?
Yeah, I think just, every day that passes, more and more are going to be passing up to the Guardian, and then 50% of those go into the Spark pool. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think tomorrow night, maybe only one winner might be, sufficient. I'm not sure. We have 2,000 wallets in the system, so it could grow in 24 hours. It could grow to a decent size everybody's kind of compounding the first 24 hours, which is probably what most people are going to be doing.
Yeah, very interesting either way. Very much looking forward to that, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's even showing 2 in there at the moment.
Nice. Yeah.
I think most people haven't taken action yet. Just from hearing from community members, people are kind of waiting till tomorrow. But I would encourage people to just, depending on it, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're using the percentages, but go test it out, go try it, interact with the system. It's the best way to get to learn it, and it'll help the spark pool too.
I'm under the impression that the UI will update or something will change because it was at 2 Spark earlier, and I've already compounded or allocated a few hundred in rewards. So it seems like it would end up going up more.
Yeah, it just depends if you are you connected directly to Guardian, or are you capturing those rewards with the wallet?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, some of them are. Well, actually, the one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm down the line from the Guardian. I'm like 2 or 3 away. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
as we were talking about, we should see, within about a week, most people will be sending up rewards. If they're 4 or 5 levels deep, it'll take, that many days to get up there.
Yeah, that's true. I think the bigger team leaders at the top, when they're, collecting those rewards and doing that, it'll also be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That was cool that Brad, you had some people buying bond just to get throwing their hat in the ring for the daily lottery. That's great.
Yeah, exactly that. One of them I don't know personally. I just saw them write it in the chat way back when, I don't know, a week or two ago. But one of my real life friends, I explained the system to him, the Spark reward system to him, and he said, "Well, I've already got one entry for that with my legacy NFT, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I'm going to make another wallet and just put bond in it, just to get another entry into that system." And I said, "Yeah, that's absolutely fine." I said, "Put minimum 11 ARK in that wallet just so that it's working for you as well." And he ended up putting a private sale NFT in there. So yeah, he FOMO'd hard. He was part of Eternity, and he bought in at the private sale at the maximum contribution, and then in the more he learned about the system, because it was a bit overwhelming for him, first time crypto investor, very, very short attention span, just, as him as a person. And the more he learned about the system, the more he took it in. He just evolved into, well, he bought in the private sale, and then he bought one public sale NFT, then he bought a second public sale NFT, then he bought a legacy NFT, then he bought a level of bond. Like, he went from knowing nothing about it and not being overly interested in it to learning about the system, understanding the system, and aping in. So that was interesting to see.
Yeah, the leap from phase 1 to ARK is a pretty big one. If you haven't participated in one of these before.
Yeah,
so, learning curve there for sure, and we made it. With legacy NFTs, the utility in bond, Spark reward, all these little layers that we added to, enhance and gamify the system a little bit more. Those all added layers of complexity, even to like a drip, or if you were, used to Piston or some of the others that are out there coming from another ecosystem. We did add more to it for good reason, obviously, but it does take some time to adjust to get the terminology, the differences in terminology, and it's different for sure. But I think people are appreciating the differences now.
Yeah, it's a very different thing talking about it and to seeing it, and even for myself when it went live and I was looking at it, it was this culmination of a month, 5 weeks talking about it every day, educating people on it, and then all of a sudden it was in my hand, and it was like a bit. I had a bit of a brain fart, and I was like, right, I have to. There's a face to all this information now, and I have to put the parts in order in my head. And it took me a minute, it did take me a minute, but now I think it's far easier to understand now that you can see these things as opposed to just talk about them. But yeah, I very much look forward to everything that we've got coming.
Yeah, explaining it without the dashboard and without the elements in the dapper is pretty tough to do. So now I think the learning curve is going to be shortened quite a bit.
For sure. I've got one of my other friends. He's not with us tonight, but he's in the TG Noggy, and he has been pestering me like you wouldn't believe. Like, can we meet up? I need you to explain this to me. And it's like, bro, we meet up regularly to train, and we talk about it every single time we train, the gym. And like there's nothing more to tell you. And he's like, yeah, but I need to know how to actually compound, how to do it. And I was like, bro, chill. When you can see it, you'll understand how much easier it is. You're complicating it in your mind. And he's like, but I want to be ahead of it. Can we just meet up again? And I obliged him, and we kept meeting up. And then today I rang him. He's actually at work. So he works in the evenings, and he works 6 days a week. He's actually at work now. And it took 10 seconds. 10 seconds to teach him how to, because he knows about the system, he understands it, but he just wanted to know, how the UI was going to work and how to interact with it. And it took, 10 seconds, slide that bar this high, slide that bar this high, press allocate, you're done. And then, because he wants to do a few manual compounds before he starts with the auto compounding. And he was like, man, I'm sorry, man, I bugged you for weeks about this, and it took you 10 seconds to teach me. And I was like, that that's what I've been saying. But yeah, it's far easier now when you can see it, for sure. Z, are you there, sir, or are you asleep? Sure, he's fallen
Is that
asleep.
who you were talking about earlier? Z fell asleep?
I believe so, Chris. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. for him. He's in the same time zone as me, and he's just got back from a lot of traveling. So I'm assuming jet lagged, and he's passed out at his laptop because he's still in.
Hey, Brad, I'm going to drop off here. I got to go in and order some dinner and hang out with the fam. So if there's no other questions, I'm going to head off, okay?
Last chance, guys. Anyone got any questions for Brett? All right, Brett. Well, you have a lovely evening, sir, and thank you very much for all your input and creating the system and everything else. And I will speak to you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, brother. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great night.
See ya.
Thank you. Mark, are you able to speak, or are you driving, sir? You want to come and have a conversation? Oh, tough crowd tonight, guys.
Yes, tough crowd. They're quiet.
Yeah.
I have like a general question. With this daily rewards at 2%, I've heard that over time it goes down. But I'm curious, like, it's just as simple to keep that 2% as staying within your CWR boundaries to not drop down levels.
No, so it's your NDV that determines your um, daily returns. Obviously, your NDV interacts with your CWR because the more you claim, the closer you get to dropping down to 1%. But there are ways to avoid that, and especially for you, Eternal, because I'm pretty sure that you have built a considerable team under yourself, or at least you've got a team. Am I right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm curious because I'd like to keep it at 2%, but still be able to do airdrops with my strategy.
So your team, every time they compound, they will count towards your NDV and keep it positive for longer. And then when you are approaching the point, because everyone will approach the point, even a platinum NFT holder with a large team, everybody at some point will approach dropping down to 1% when you've claimed X amount out of the system compared to how much you've put into the system. So when you approach that time, you can keep it at 2% with one of two actions: either put in a three actions: a fresh deposit or a redeposit of your ARK earnings, or gaining a referral. But you do need to be aware that the maximum deposit that you can put into the system is 4,000 ARK tokens. So after you've reached 4,000 ARK tokens net deposit, the only way to stay at 2% would be to gain referrals in that wallet.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I see the NDV up there. And, all right, so my job is just to keep positive then.
Exactly. Yeah. If you have a positive NDV, it's 2%. If it's negative, it's 1%.
Perfect. Thank you.
And no problem. And people should understand that everybody will eventually drop down to 1%, and that shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. It was set at 2%, and the way the system is designed is that it's at 2% so that you get your initial deposits back, right? But if you imagine everybody just gets 2% and never does anything to help the system or the benefit the ecosystem, then liquidity would just be drained, and the project would be suffering. So it's designed like that to incentivize people to go out and get referrals, which helps yourself, helps them because it gives them the opportunity, and it helps the entire community and ecosystem by bringing more investors to the platform. And then the other one is to redeposit or put fresh capital into the system, and it does the same thing. The system rewards the people who play the game the way the game was designed. So that's why it's set up like that. 2% to get your initials out, and then if you just want to sit back and coast, that's absolutely fine, but you drop down to 1%. And the people that really go out there and benefit everybody else, they get rewarded by staying at 2% for longer. So it's a really fair system.
I just want to have a little comment on this. So I had the pending deposits from referral rewards. And then what I just did, I just increased the sliding bar, compounding sliding bar to 100% and allocate. And then the pending deposits added to the NDV. So that means when you refer someone, your NDV grows, and which is good thing. So I think this system promotes or encourages users to talk about ArkFi to others. I think this is how it is designed.
Yeah, exactly, Uderman. Exactly that. you want to grow your NDV as quickly and as high as possible, because that's what determines your 2%. That's where the 2% calculation comes from. So the higher your NDV, the higher your 2% a day, or the higher your 1% a day, and the quicker you can reach that max payout.
I also like that all that info is on the same screen now that I've been looking through it and just like seeing. I did the same thing. I had pending deposits, so I allocated it because I'm trying to build my team wallet up for my airdrops and stuff. So I want to get it to where I'm getting a good amount daily, and I still need to figure out the strategy of how to like what percentage to airdrop to keep it where I want it. So it's like the team's got to vote on it or whatever, but it's nice to see the NDV there. You don't have to click somewhere else. You got all of everything. You can see exactly what's happening based on what you're doing, all in one screen. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, I agree. I very much out of the UI. It's clean. It's very informative, and like you just said, Eternal, it's all in one place. You don't have to click here, click there. Remember what that bit is, and then go over there, and it's just all in one place. And then you've got or you can do all your syndicate stuff, also all in one place. Your foundation stuff, legacy NFT. I like the way they've built it. It's clean, professional, and it's actually very, very helpful, because there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. It's a complex system that they've simplified it as best they can, and I think it works. I think it really works. Any comments they want to make?
I want to mention one other thing that's pretty cool. Like if you get in, the people that are in these, I noticed that the NFTs, more of them got sold, look like the silver ones, and but it's how awesome is it that we get those legacy NFTs or those bonds, and they earn the BUSD for us, and you can just put it right back into ARK if you wanted to increase your position that much faster and help that NDV. So it's even. I mean, it's fresh capital, but it's coming from your investment here. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a really great point, Eternal. That is a great way to stay at the 2% for longer without, putting any. It is fresh capital, but it's money that you've already put into the system. So you could, you could just say that it's paying for itself and keep those BUSD rewards, which is absolutely fine. Or you could redeposit them into the ARK vault, stay at the 2% for longer, and grow your NDV quicker. So yeah, that is a great strategy.
I have a question about the auto allocation in the vault page. At the bottom of the vault page, it has auto allocation, number of days, and then target CWR. So for instance, you can put some number of days, and then you can set the CWR, target CWR. But my question is this: let's say if I bought the gold and legacy NFT, and then that I can have with that legacy NFT, I can have 6 CWR. So here, do you have? My question is, do I need to set this one manually, even though I have the gold legacy NFT, or just let it here and then didn't set anything? What would happen?
Sorry, Udaman, I don't think I fully understand the question.
So I'll repeat. So
Thank you.
when you see the vault page at the end of at the bottom of the page, there's an auto allocation, and then you can put number of days and the target CWR. So starting from 1.0 to 13. So for example, I have a gold NFT, which is, I think it allows me to have 6.0 CWR.
Correct. Yeah.
But yes, but do I need to set up here again manually to do the auto allocation, or can I just let it just stay here without entering anything?
Oh, I
That's
see
my
what you mean.
question.
Okay, so
Mhm.
to use the those are the two separate parts. If you consider the top part is the manual part, and the auto allocation is is the auto function. So if you set the um, if you set it in the auto allocation system as you just described with your select 0.6, put the amount of days you want in, pre-approve your gas, and set it to allocate, then that's all you need to do. That is the setup, and it will do a 6-to-1 strategy for you, whereas it will claim I don't know what the percentage is on that. I think off the top of my head it's like 81 to 29%, and that will do that for you daily.
Okay.
Does
So
that
that
answer your
means
question?
yes. So just reiterate. So here's a auto allocation thing about, so when the available rewards in the top left of the page, you can there's a sliding bar, you can move it along, and then you can do this one like a daily, whatever, whenever it is appropriate. When there's enough available rewards, you can change the sliding bar and then allocate. But the bottom of the page, there's a target CWR and a number of days. This one is kind of optional. You don't have to actually set. You don't have to set it uh, to do the CWR that I have already, right?
No, those would be two separate parts. You do one or the other, you demand. You don't do both. If you do the top one, then that's the manual way to do it. And if you do the bottom one, that's the auto way to do it. But you would do one or the other, not both.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Crypto Love, how are you, sir?
Hey guys, just checking in the background. Congrats on the launch.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Do you have any comments about how everything's going for you?
The UI is really great, and I think this is a keeper.
Oh yes, if ARK was a woman, you'd marry it.
Exactly.
Brad, is it correct that 11 ARK is the minimum deposit?
Yeah, well, 10 ARK is the minimum deposit, but there's a 10% tax, so it would be 11 ARK. Correct, David? Yeah.
Thank you.
My good friend S2310G, how are you feeling, sir?
Good. Working. Feeling good and working on the background and listening to the conversation. And that was one amazing launch today. Pretty happy, pretty excited.
Excellent stuff. It was a great launch, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. And that chart, I know that we're not a conventional token like those out there, but that chart really looks so nice.
Yeah, I agree. Imagine what it would look like without the ILC in place. It would be going straight up and nowhere else.
Yes, sir.
How are you? One sec.
I'm good, man. I am really good. Got that appraisal done today, so feeling pretty positive. And the launch was lovely, super smooth. Happy to see I'm earning some ARK, and I think everything was working good for me. I didn't have any problems with the D app or anything, so I'm good. I'm happy.
Solid, you know what you're doing. What about you, Thor? I've tried to leave you alone because I see you're very busy in the chat, helping all the community, answering all the questions. How are you feeling, sir?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. Loving that we're launched and are able to provide the product for the people. And yeah, man, it's feeling really good over this way.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I can see you're really busy, and I know SG's busy in the background. So I try to not pull you guys away from what you're doing, but we've got a bit of a tough crowd this evening. People are probably very interested in looking at the UI and not too interested in talking, but it's understandable. As well, Chris.
How we doing, sir?
Oh, you are there. How are you, Chris?
Good. Just got through cooking breakfast for dinner for Gina, and doing a little cleanup right now. Just been listening while I do all that.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. What time have you got there?
It's 8:17
in the morning.
No, night.
Oh, okay.
We just do occasionally do breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. I thought you said breakfast for dinner, but I thought, no, I misheard that.
Yeah, Mama's been good all day, so we cooked her breakfast for dinner.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Man, I was looking forward to Z's Alpha. He's been gone for so long, and he was with us, but he's definitely asleep. There's no way he wouldn't have responded after this amount of time.
He'll be able to give a better info tomorrow when he's better rested.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. He came in the VC the first night. He got back and he said, "I'm not going to speak for very long. I'm a bit foggy." And
He was still talking when I left.
Yeah, and he was talking for nearly 2 hours. So,
well, today was a good day. I think everybody's been happy with the launch.
It was very close to being a bad day. I know you know what I'm talking about. That mistake the other day. Oh man.
Everything got fixed. Everything got rectified. It's all in the past. I don't know. We'll be thinking about that next week.
yeah, exactly that. Mistakes happen. We're all human. It's no big deal. Got corrected, and people have forgotten by tomorrow. They'll just be so focused on these that we didn't launch. It's just it's in the past now. So, but if we'd have launched early and things wouldn't have been correct, people would have remembered that. So the team made the right decision to postpone the launch on the 2 days that they did, get everything right, get all the ducks in a line, and now we're away. So great decision by the team.
Yeah, I like the number of wallets we got in here for today too. That's good. Damn near 2,000.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even been live for 12 hours. I mean, we haven't even been live for 10 hours. So it's really good. Really, really good. Can't wait to see where we are in a week, a month, a year. Very exciting times.
Absolutely. Yeah, this army's ready to go.
For sure.
Just with the analytics and stuff like that Google does, with all the different people writing articles and tying it all back, to the website. That's going to drive a lot of traffic. Just people searching.
Yeah, exactly. And you couple that with the YouTube videos as well. It's not going to be long before ARK is everywhere, and the more people that know about it, just the bigger it's going to get. Because I don't think there's anybody that doesn't want a passive income. Just people that have got loads of money want more money, and people that don't have money want money. So, and everybody in between.
Yep. 100%.
Don't have any more questions. It doesn't look like Z's coming to life anytime soon. And I've picked on everyone that I can. I know some people don't like speaking in the meeting. It's understandable. We got any questions before we sign out, guys? Any comments anyone wants to make?
Job well done.
Thank you very much.
Good job. I think it is good to rest today. I know it is getting late, right? It's 1 p.m. or 12:30, 22. What time is it over there?
It's 22 minutes past 1 in the morning, sir.
So yeah, so it's getting late. I think you can just go to bed without worrying anything, and then work tomorrow.
Yep, we start all over again tomorrow.
That's it. Build this empire.
I'm just curious, Brad. So is this your full-time work, or do you? I know you're a personal trainer. Do you also do the personal personal trainer job?
I was before COVID, Udaman, and COVID ruined my business, and I was looking to supplement my income, and I turned to crypto and met up with Atlas and Fortunate and S23 and all the rest of the team, and I haven't looked back since. I've not gone back to personal training, and ARK is my full-time job.
Great, that's great.
Else? Did you want to say something, Fortunate? I thought I saw your mic unmute.
I said, let's get this crypto.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get this crypto.
You got babies to take care of.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you. Go on, Chris.
No, I just all right, guys. I hope everybody has a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. I'm going to sign off too.
You too, sir. Great to have you here. Thanks for your participation, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Take care.
Good night, everyone. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. We had a fantastic launch. We've got a lot of things to come, a lot of things in the pipeline, and we look forward to seeing all of you in the chat and in the VC tomorrow. And thank you for anybody listening to this at a later date. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.